Hi guys, welcome back to Renpet Bath Beauty. As you can see, I got new buckets. I had to get my order of coconut oil, so I took advantage of being on a web restaurant and I went ahead and ordered 3 of the 6-quart buckets with lids because for the foreseeable future I'll be making double batches of everything, so I figured I'd start with 3, and I love it that they come with lids. It's so great. Okay, so let's explain the one thing first. There's a whole slew of videos that I have made and will be posted after all of these fall and Halloween soaps. This is the first of my fall soaps that I'm making for you, but I'm sliding these in where the season is appropriate, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. You guys have never seen me make this soap before. This soap is inspired by Michael Jackson's song Thriller. And you would think, well, Celine, that's a Halloween song. Well, there's a story behind it. So it's a very short story, but there's a story behind it. So we'll have story time. But this is one of the soaps that I look forward to making every year. It's not my favorite, but you'll see that in all of, what, I don't know, 10 days or so. But this is such a fun soap for me to make, and I didn't get to make it for you guys last year. I just had to get it out, and you get to see me do this. This is our pumpkin spice soap. I don't use just pumpkin spice. It's called sweetened pumpkin spice. It's by Crafter's Choice. So let's get started. This is a solstice soap. So with all of our solstice soaps, they are our Hawthorne recipe. This is going to be weird with this new bucket, y'all. So that means in my lye water, there is distilled water, sodium hydroxide, salt, and sugar. Well, look at that. I don't have to use that awkward, big, huge bucket, you guys. I hated that big, awkward blue bowl I have. Oh, I'm so glad to have gotten these. So, alright, let me get this to just before emulsification. My yogurt and my heavy cream are already in here. Actually, I'm going to get it to emulsification. My bad. Okay, that's a pretty light emulsification. I am going to be stick blending all my colors in because I'll have more color, than usual because of, making a double batch. So, okay, so the reason this soap, our pumpkin spice soap, is named Thriller is because of my son-in-law. My daughter and I were trying to figure out, oh my goodness, what are we going to call the pumpkin spice soap? Because we knew we wanted pumpkin spice, as part of our fall solstice line. And he was like, well, everybody's all thrilled when pumpkin spice season comes. Why don't you just call it Thriller? And we were like, what? Yes, that's perfect. Okay, now let's make a mess. Not make a mess, not make a mess, not make a mess. Woo! Ooh, look at that. I didn't make a mess. Okay. And this is I'm gonna have to set some of this off for my piping too. That's probably a little bit too much. You know what? I can take some of this and pour it back in there. I'm not gonna need that much of that. Okay. So this soap, or this fragrance, does discolor. So I don't know if that's going to be enough for piping. I'd rather have a little bit extra white in the swirl and a little bit extra piping than not have enough, because I definitely need piping. Alright, so let me get my colors. I'm going to put my green in here first. Hopefully my fan doesn't interfere with that. Guess what, guys? Our power went out. Yeah, that was not fun. I was supposed to get started a whole heck of a lot earlier than this is. Whole heck of a lot earlier. Yeah, this should be enough green. Let me stir up my white so I can put it in this other bucket. And then our pumpkin color I make with 3 different colors. So let me get some white in there. I don't need the whole thing. I need some of this white for the next soap that I'm making. So, okay. Now for our orange, for our pumpkin color, we are using Sunset. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is orange salsa. We are using orange salsa. Get close, close, thank you. And we are using caramel butterscotch and just a hint of a brown. If I can get this shut. Boy, colors, these lids to these colors lately do not want to shut for me. Don't know why, but they don't. Just a teeny bit of brown. Just a teeny. Okay, so I'm going to start from lightest to darkest. Per usual. So I'll come back when all the colors are mixed. Okay, I'm going to move Simon to this other counter and my heat gun because I'm not going to need either of those things. I need my washcloth. I'm going to spread these to the side as well. I'm going to put my pumpkin spice fragrance in just this. And this is a little thick. I'm soaping just a teensy bit hot. I was being impatient. I don't want to be up till 3 o'clock in the morning soaping. Oh. You know, I'm not a big, huge fan of like the taste of pumpkin or pumpkin spice or anything of that nature. But I will tell you what, this smells so good. Okay, these are my 2 molds. Let me see if I can bring you in a little bit closer. With this big bucket, I'm gonna, you know, you guys, hopefully I'm not gonna be in your way too much. Okay, take that off of there. I really thought I wasn't going to have enough counter space for this, but looks like so far I do. Woo! Alright, and the rest of this green is for piping as well. And just a little bit of white. And a little bit of white. See? We gotta make sure we've got room here, guys. Okay. Here we go. See, this is the part that I was really, really skeptical about having new big buckets with, was the scraping part, because you guys know what a scraper I am, and I was very concerned about it, because what are you gonna do when you have such a bigger area to scrape with, Sulin? And I'm sorry if I wasn't talking there for a minute, because I was trying to concentrate and scrape this bucket and empty it into the right place. Alrighty then. Well, those aren't even, aren't they? Are they? Let's stick a little bit more white in there, just a teeny bit, because we're gonna hang or swirl them anyway. Just a teeny bit. They don't have to be perfectly even. Well, they're pretty even. Alright, so we're gonna stick a hanger in this. Oh, and this fragrance does heat up too. Okay. Get my washcloth, bang it again. Alright, and I'm going to put my white and my green in my piping bags. And on the green piping bag, I have a coupler, because I will be using both a Wilton 1 and a leaf tip. So I will see you guys when I get back. You know what? I should put gloves on. This bag is pretty full. You know, last year I put pumpkin in this. I didn't this year, as you noticed I didn't. I didn't like the color of the white. I mean, you know, it just discolors the white too much, and I didn't want it to do that this year. Boy, that was a terrible sound. Okay. The doctor is in. Alright, let's pipe. Because it is more than set up. Alright. Twist our bag. Woo! What do you know? Going all over the place. I was upstairs in my family room watching John Wick, and I went, oh crap, I've got piping downstairs. I gotta go. Yeah, I really do like making this soap. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of prep work. You'll see in a minute. That it's a lot of prep work, but it is a lot of fun to make. And I prefer this fragrance, this sweetened pumpkin spice, to just your regular old run-of-the-mill pumpkin spice. Now with my candles, because you know I make candles in my fall scents and in most of my winter scents, I prefer just straight up pumpkin spice. So our like wax melts and candles are all done in regular pumpkin spice. But for soap, I like the sweetened. I mean, I don't know, I just think it has it's got a deeper kind of layer to it. Sorry, concentrating. So it's gonna be weird with these videos the next couple of weeks, me trying to, you know, squeeze these in amongst all of those other videos, because during these fall and Halloween, let me put my piping down in my bag, during these fall and Halloween soaps, I may talk about stuff that, you know, is current, obviously, and what's going on in my life and my business, and all in my business and all that kind of stuff. And it may, you know, I may have already talked about it. I don't know, because I made those videos like back to back to back to back to back to back to back. By the way, we did the Honey Festival. I don't think that I have mentioned that in anything. I don't think so. I don't think so. But it did. It went really well, and we had a lot of fun, made some new contacts, met some great vendors, and I'm telling you guys, I got 3 pounds of Michigan beeswax. It was awesome. It even still smells like honey. It is so amazing. So happy. I'm just sort of trying to use the rest of this piping. Okay. Let's get out of there. I'm not going to need my gloves for the green. Plus, I can't use my gloves with my embeds. Let me get this piping off the counter. Okay, so I have, oh, these are all stuck to my paper. These are all stuck to my paper. Okay, so I have big pumpkins and little pumpkins. I put my big pumpkin on the in the middle, and 2 little pumpkins on either side. You know what? Let me get these all off of this wax paper. They're sticking to the wax paper because I painted them. So give me a second. Let me spray this again. So I'll place my big ones first, and yes, I did mark my mold. Because if I didn't, then they would be all over the place. Because I'm so good at that. Let me move that over and move this over. They're so cute. Oh, you know what? I can bring you guys in closer. Whoa, whoa, too close. Too close, too close. Okay. I usually do vines in and around these, but I'm not going to bore you guys to death with the rest of, you know, all the piping that I do to these, because it definitely is time consuming, and I don't want this video to get so long that you guys are like, oh my god, come on, Sue-Lynn, will you stop, please? So you'll be able to see when I cut this beautiful baby, or these beautiful babies, that I put vines and I put leaves on the pumpkins. That's why there is a coupler on my green. And I suppose I could show you on one and then just do the second one off camera, at least with the vines anyway. So there we go. Okay. Oh, need my little pumpkins, that will be helpful. My granddaughter said they looked like acorns. I was cracking up. I was like, Ava, please stop. You're killing me, child. You are killing me, bro. Oh. And like, I'll just do the one. Put the little pumpkins on there. Because I'll have to push them down with a skewer. Well, maybe not. Let me grab a skewer just in case I need to move any of them. Whoop! Like that. There we go. And there we go. So like I said, I mean, this one is a lot of fun, but it's a lot of prep work. These pumpkins, this is a total of 60 pumpkins, you guys. 60. I'm like, yeah, I gotta make 60 pumpkins. And everybody in the house was like, what? And then, of course, you know, all the grandkids had to play with soap dough while I was making my pumpkins. They love playing with soap dough. Ava kept asking me, is that new? No, Ava, it's old soap dough. You know, because they're not allowed to play with new soap dough. You know, they're just not. So every color she wanted to switch to. Is that new? Ava, am I giving it to you? Yes. Then is it new? No. Well, then why are you asking me for? Okay, just a few of these I gotta stick in just a little bit further. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. Alright, so the first thing is the vines. And they don't have to be extravagant or anything. And I'm doing this with the Wilton 1. I'm going to cut my piping bag off because it's just not enough piping for this big, huge 18-inch bag. Twist my bag. I just like to, you know, sort of, I like to do circles and loop-de-loops, as Ava likes to say. The little loop-de-loops. And it's really that simple. So, and then I will change my tip and I'll put leaves on at least the big pumpkins. It looks like I have enough to be able to do more than just the big pumpkins. So we'll see. When we cut it, you'll definitely be able to see. So I will see you guys in 18 to 24 hours for the cut. Thanks. Well, hello guys, welcome back. We're gonna cut Thriller. Woo! Yes, I'm very excited to cut this beautiful baby. Oh, you know what? I didn't tighten my cutter. Okay, so let's cut into this gorgeous thing. See how dark that orange got? The orange got really, really dark. It's going to be lighter on the inside, but the outside color is what it's going to truly be. So, okay, now let's see if I can't get these pumpkins straight. I'm going to have to be, you know what? I'm going to have to cut a little bit more off this end. Just a little bit more to make those pumpkins straight. Sorry, just more sample bars. Oh, and I lost a vine and some frosting. Okay, now let's cut a bar. Ah, vines are coming off everywhere. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. There we go. It's one side and the other side. Oh, I love this soap. My vines keep coming off. I should have stuck them down like with a skewer, but I did not. So let's get this. Sorry, I'm having to adjust soap on my tray because I have a whole bunch of soaps that I'm cutting. So it may take me a minute a couple of times. Boy, why did I put vines on there if they're just gonna fall off, right? And let me back this up here on the top with the pumpkins. The soap smells so good. I'm not a pumpkin spice girl usually, but this particular pumpkin spice, this sweet pumpkin pie spice from Crafter's Choice is fantastic. Whoop. So it's definitely really, really yummy smelling. I don't like the taste of pumpkins. I know I'm un-American, right? Most people love pumpkin spice. I'm just, you know, not one of those people. There we go. And I'm glad I didn't use actual pumpkin in this one. I used pumpkin in the one I made last year that you guys didn't see, and the frosting was so much more yellow, well, not yellow, darker, I should say. And even the white on the inside was way darker, so I didn't want that, so I didn't use the pumpkin puree in it. It's kind of funny because I even have labels for this particular soap, like separate from everything else, because it's, you know, got the pumpkin in it. It's like I do for the I Adore Me Amore and the Black Magic Woman, because it's got the avocados and the cucumber in it, which I've got to make more I Adore Me Amore within the next couple of days. We are already almost out. Oh, you guys, rescue me. However, all the fall soaps are done now. I have 2 more that you're going to see later on in the freezer, like right now. So I can unmold them, and I will cut those tomorrow. And I'm going to put these videos together before I put anything else together, because I'm sort of, like I said earlier, I'm just going to sneak these in. And I'm not going to be able to get an end piece off of this. I'll just have to plane it. However, it kind of looks cool. Just like that. So, we'll see. I'm going to cut a little bit of the second loaf with you guys to see if there's any kind of difference. Let me get this off of here. And hold on one second. We're still a little bit wet from being in the freezer as well. Cut this sample piece. And don't expect them to be terribly different. And if they're not, then, you know, I'll cut the rest of it off camera. There we go. They're so cute. Yeah, they look pretty much the same, both loaves. I was curious about that, whether or not both loaves would be too much similar, because, you know, some of them I used more color. Oh, back it up. Than, you know, I ordinarily would. Oh, sorry, not straight. One more piece and then I'll cut the rest of it off camera. One more. There we go. Oh, look, I'm losing the vine right there. What do you know? Oop, losing a vine right there too. Well, that's got a lot of green in it. Okay, guys, thanks for sticking with me as always, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.